Howdy doody, folks. All right, here we go. Yeah, we've got plasma headed this way. We had a small solar flare with looks like with accompanying CME, which is coronal mass ejection. This is on Go Solar Ultraviolet Imagery on Space Weather Prediction Center, NOAA.gov, and let's take a look here. It's 284 angstroms, which is the color of light for us to watch. And just keep an eye on this bugger right here. You'll see it come out, and you'll see the plume coming right out with it. Look at this. Oh, and it's coming straight out. And this is directly facing Earth. Okay, so it's quite nice because it's honestly it's hard to see it when it comes out, and you can see it coming in our direction. Usually it goes off one way and there'll be like a teeny little bit, but this one lights up beautifully, so you can really see that plume coming out at us. So just to kind of give you a little idea of what we're looking at here. Now this is spaceweatherlive.com, and this is Earth. See that? These little bands here are the geoelectric lines that keep us connected to the sun. Everything has it. You can see up here you got Earth, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Osiris, Parker, Solo, Stereo A, Stereo B. Stereo A is ahead, Stereo B is behind. And they actually put these things here intentionally. The satellites. Where did it go? Believe it or not, over on the other website that I was just on, it was taken down. It wasn't accessible. And now look. I did nothing. At all. Look, they just completely took it off. They're like, nope, we're shutting this thing down. Oh, there we go. They moved it. Alright. That was kind of weird, but take a look at this. That's a direct hit. Right there. Now, take a look at this one here. You see that? This is our electric line. Snap! You see how that bugger's just snapping like a flipping rubber band or like a piece of string hanging out of a window going just like flapping back? That's gonna hurt. Because if you see it's pulling back this way. Well, if this is what's keeping us here, and what's keeping us here on this back line is yanking us, I don't see that being a good thing whatsoever. Now this bugger here, now this is 0, this is where the sun is. And it's coming this way. Okay, straight at us. So that's what's coming. Now, did you see that? Swallows us up, but like we're in it. Bam. And then we get hit with this little bit here. So, yeah. Let's see. When's the date? Let's try and keep an eye on the date for this thing here, shall we? Hang on a second. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on the date. How about right around the 30th? Between the 29th and 30th. There's no pause on this one. Yeah, between the 29th and 30th. So basically at nighttime, when the United States is going to be on the dark side, so we will be, let's try to see if we keep an eye on that time when we get impacted with that. Bam. Yeah, it's going to be around 2 in the morning. So this is UTC time now, remember. Okay, this is UTC time. This is not, because depending on where you are in the U.S., depends on your time. You got Eastern time, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. So you'll have to figure that one out on your own. Just type in current UTC time in your phone or in your app, in your search, and it'll tell you what time it is for UTC time, and so you'll know what time it is for where you live. Now, to go back over here, I'm going to get out of this actually and show you it on another angstrom, 171. This one I really like too, because when you really get into it, it will, you can see the bands really well. When these things snap, usually these bands, they'll wave out really well. But let's keep an eye on it and see what she does. Oh yeah, look at that. That was a good one. Now, if you also watch, sometimes these things are so big when they explode because there's just so much power and pressure behind it. Ooh, did you guys see some of those little shiny pieces coming off the filament? Oh, that's not good. Watch this. Did you guys see that? Oh, yeah, that's not good. But anyways, when you watch the surface on some of these big ones, you'll see the shock wave of it go woo, and you'll actually see where it goes, and sometimes they'll interact. Like this bugger could send a shock and a positive charge up here to like this guy, where if that's a negative, and interact with it, just to kind of like basically kick him in the groin when he's already ticked off. So poof, and then this one could pop off, and then that shock could send over this one. I mean, if you get a big enough one, it could make the rest of them start popping. It's kind of scary. But, man, death is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Alright, let's go on to the next. Let's go on to another one I'd like to show you. Here's 195. You can see it in 195 a lot, too. Usually, they're pretty good. See? Yeah, let's zoom in on this bugger. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Now, did you guys notice that when it went? The shock comes over here, watch. Shockwave. See that? Oh, it even had some up here. Did you see it moving? Watch. Boom. See it? Yeah, that shockwave. Now this one's at 195 angstroms. So be prepared, folks. And I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I kid you not. With this right here, this also causes a lot of issues with the Schumann. Okay, the Schumann resonance with our geoelectric field, with protons, plasma, electrons, all that stuff coming in and messing up with the atmosphere. And if you make a hat for yourself out of aluminum foil, yes, I said aluminum foil. It sounds ridiculous, but let me tell you what. My mother had brain surgery back in 2016. And she's been having a lot of issues ever since beginning of this year, and just couldn't figure it out. And I was reading up on it, and then that's how I found out about the Schumann resonance, and how some people were actually putting aluminum, tinfoil hats or aluminum foil, on their head, and were having serious relief. And I'm like, well, Mom, why don't you try it? Thinking, I'm going to have to laugh at you, because it's like, you think about the movies and people putting aluminum foil hats on, and they look stupid, and you're like, ha ha ha. Guess what? It actually works, because after she said, instantaneously she noticed a difference, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it, because I was noticing a headache, and guess what? Yeah, my headache immediately stopped, like within 30 seconds. I couldn't believe it. So, if you know anybody that has severe headaches lately, or actually another sign of the Schumann is ringing in your ears. If you're noticing that your ears are ringing a lot, more than normal, and they normally don't, you might want to learn how to check for the Schumann. In fact, here, I'll actually do that for you guys here, real quick. I'll go here, and then Schumann resonance. Here we go. NASA Schumann resonance. Huh. Believe it or not, I don't think I've seen a single one of these. Well, let's check this one out. Only because I'm not a fan of NASA. I've caught them lying so much, it's ridiculous. This is how to read the chart. Give us the actual chart. You punks. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one either, guys. Alright, let me find a good one real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, folks. I found one that's a little bit better. This is Alatra Geocenter Info. Now, I'm not going to lie, it took me a minute to find one on my computer, because usually I have it on my phone, and I check it regularly because I'm always out and about. I'm a very busy individual. Alright, you see this? This is bad. This is usually what happens, and pretty much will let me know, okay, something just happened on the sun. When this booger shows up, okay, something just happened. So that's usually why I start going and looking at space weather. There's other space weather channels. Now you can see here. Now you are going to want to take a look at some of this stuff, so that way you can understand on how to read these. But trust me, when this, sorry, like this one, that was a powerful one, but it lasted like just a few minutes. Didn't last very long. Now most of the time, like the blue, this is normal. This is nothing. This little stuff, that's kind of normal. So that's a ouch. This is a ouch, and then look, it just keeps on. It's like, whoa, this is a major event. Okay. Now here you can look at your F1, F3, and I don't have enough time to record to go over that with you guys on this episode, but you can clearly see everything's fine, and then whoop, 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 and then look at that spike. Now you see about the time here. Okay, 20. Now this is 2400. This is 24 hours. Okay, that's how these go. It's 24-hour clock. Okay. Now let's scroll right back up and look at where it correlates with. Look at that. It's correlating right there with that guy. That's how this stuff goes. Okay, yeah, this is your amplitudes in hertz. That's high. What was that other one up here? Oh, that's frequency in local time. So yeah, start keeping an eye out, folks. Start paying attention to what's going on, not just like around your immediate, but around where you live. Like, start observing people. See how people are acting. You'll notice that people are acting different. Like, well, what's that? What's going on? Oh, and for those of you guys that don't know, Yellowstone, yeah, has been having a lot of volcanoes. And, yeah, there's fires out there around it. Fires around Walwala Springs Caldera, largest one in the United States. It actually is 4 to 5 times larger than Yellowstone. Biggest one, volcano. It's a shell volcano in Walwala Springs. They discovered it in 2013. And there's fires all around the edges. Well, instead of saying, oh, well, maybe somebody set in the fires, well, it's going around it, almost in a perfect circle around the Walwala Springs. I'm wondering if it's magma coming up and catching the roots of these trees and plants on fire and, making them burn and then causing the spread. Because if you look at the maps, it's pretty crazy. I'll have to do a video here in the next couple of days, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, you guys have a good one. Stay safe. May the Lord bless you in any manner of the Lord or God that you believe.